great, glorious day. Thank you again for joining us. Do me a favor while we wait for others to join us. Would you just um, make sure that you share this on your page with your friends, invite others, and we're going to get started. Today's lesson is extremely important to me because right now, during COVID-19, there is an attack on marriages, on relationships. The enemy, the devil, is working havoc. And I feel in my spirit that this tool that I'm going to share with you, a tool to help heal your marriage and to protect your marriage from the attacks of the enemy. I mean, from chaos, all the hell that breaks loose in the house when the two of you together, instead of making sweet harmony and music together, you're under attack. The Bible tells us this in Matthew 18:18. For verily I say unto you, that whatsoever you shall bind on earth shall be bound in heaven, and whatsoever you loose on earth shall be loosed in heaven. Simply put, he's not saying tie up, but whatever you permit will be permitted, and whatever you restrict will be restricted. What we're going to do is use the right tool for the right job. Now, this cure, this protection, this healing for your relationship, for your marriage, let me start by saying this. It is not for immature individuals. Immature individuals will take this and mess it up. They will take it and hurt themselves as well as other individuals. And when I say immature, it is defined. Immature individuals are controlling individuals. Here are three signs of controlling. And I just want to make it clear who it's not for. If you are immature, you have not matured. You may be grown, but mentally you have not matured. Emotionally, you have not matured. Immature individuals are individuals that are controlling. They think they know the best for everybody. If you're that person that thinks you know what's good for everybody, I'm not talking to you. They're very critical. They find everything wrong, as if it's hard to find something wrong with us. They abuse people emotionally. They're always saying things out of the corner of their, little cutting you out of the side of their mouth, emotionally wounding people. These are children, immature. This is not for them. This is not for selfish, me, my individuals. If every time you think about somebody else or you think of something going on, you think first of how it's going to affect you and not how it's going to affect your mate, I'm not talking to you. Now, let me quote again. Verily, verily, Jesus said, I say unto you that whatsoever you bind on earth shall be bound in heaven, and whatsoever you loose on earth shall be loosed in heaven. The 18th, chapter and the 19th verse says this. Again, I say unto you that if, I'm going to stop at if a conditional word, we've talked about this before, a conditional word, if in the event that you do this, in case that you do this, again, I say unto you, if two of you shall agree on earth as touching anything, if, you see, we are on this side of if. In the event that God says you make the decision, this is a condition. It did not say, I'm going to do this because you agree. It says, if you agree, I'm on this side of if, you're on this side of if, and God, your miracle, your deliverance is on the other side of if. If two or more of you, two of you shall agree on earth as touching anything, they shall ask. That's the two agreement. If you want your relationship and your marriage to work out, if you want to heal old wounds, You've got to come to a place where you understand the power of agreement. Let me emphasize again, this is not for children, immature Christians. This is for those that are mature and you understand. You're not selfish, that you understand that marriage is about one. You're fighting to become completely one, not individually one. He said, this is Jesus. He said, if you will agree as touching anything, here's what me and my wife do. If we've got difference of agreements, we put everything on the table. I'm telling you to do it with you. Listen, with your spouse, if you're in a relationship, you have not said I do yet before you're done, because most of us think that's what happened. You need to make sure, let's put this all on the table. Let's put this on the table, the finances, because we think it's my finance when it's supposed to be our finance. Let's put the cars. Let's put the keys. Whatever the situation is, if you want healing, if you want deliverance, if you want God in the middle of it, put it all on the table and only pick up off the table what you both touch and agree on. That's why I say it's not for immature folk, because we'll try to control people. I'm not going to do this because this is going to hurt her. I'm not going to do this because, you know what, this is how it's going to affect me. We'll consider how it's going to affect her. I said it. For where two or three, this is Jesus speaking, are gathered together in my name, there am I in the midst of them. If you want him to be in your relationship, I'm talking to believers. If you want him to be in the situation, you have to understand that the only thing that brings him in the midst of it is agreement. He doesn't come in the midst of chaos. Oh, my goodness. Are you listening? Put it on the table. If you can't agree to put it on the table, then live in chaos. Have no peace. Be unhappy. Be miserable. I'm trying to help you. Listen to me. When it comes to the house, we have an agreement. If my wife wants to paint the walls all pink, I ain't saying nothing, because we agreed that the house, inside the house, it belongs to her. If she can paint everything pink, I see pink, this open refrigerator pink, she paint the outside of the stainless steel refrigerator pink. We made an agreement. If the yard is mine, if I make a Jumanji movie out there and woods are everywhere, that's not on her. That's on me. Agreement comes from a word that means to harmonize. It is a metaphor taken from a number of instruments. All of these instruments, they're different. There's the flute, there's the horn, there's the strings, there are the drums. You understand? All of these different instruments, they look different, but they come together to make one sound. Are you listening to me? Here's where we mess up at. We don't get an agreement because we think we have to be alike to be in agreement. The instruments are different. They are different. Opposites are what produce power. You cannot create things if you're the same thing. It is opposites. God's divine plan was opposites. A penis and a vagina create children. A screw and a nut hold things together. Understand? A power plug and an outlet produces power. It is the opposites that produce the power that is needed for creativity, that is needed for life. We're arguing because we don't have things in common. You better be glad you don't have things in common, because you'll be fighting over the same thing. I'm telling you, listen to me. I love you enough to tell you the principle of agreement will heal and protect your relationships. I'll see you Saturday morning, 8 a.m. for Concepts of Exceptional Leadership. God bless you.